wonderful time on this Wednesday, this particular hump day. Good morning! Did I wake you up? Or are you already awake? Bear's doing live streaming here.
Okay, and I have to go.
Bear's doing live streaming here.
Okay, I'm gonna go clean the box.
It's only 2 hours.
Okay.
How's it going? Another scorcher out there. I think we'll be inside today. How are you today, Miss Space Tech? Yes, good morning, good morning. Hi, Annie. We'll sunbathe or something. I don't need super big hugs right now, Annie. I'm okay. Go on. You can go outside if you want. I know, normally I direct you to the couch because that's where the viewers can see you. But if you want to go outside, Zooey's out there. You can go out there. Too hot for you this morning? Huh? Come on. Come on. Come in. You want to sunbathe outside? This is the time to do it. It's only going to get hotter from here. If I'm going to open the door for you to sunbathe, it's going to be now. It's not going to be half an hour or 2 hours from now. Unless the viewers want to watch you sunbathe. That's a different story. She's already dancing. The door hasn't even been open for an hour. Zooey's out there sunbathing, aren't you, Zoo? Yeah. She's giving me this look like that. If you ain't saying my trigger words, I ain't getting up. Oh, we're doing great. Dana's at work. The kiddo's playing with his speed bag. She bought him one of those punching bags yesterday that has a base that sits on the floor and it springs around. Kind of like Boppy the Clown. You know, you'd hit Boppy and then it would spring back and you could hit Boppy again. Only the concept was different. Boppy was filled with air, whereas this is that little speed bag filled with air, and it's on a pole, and the pole has a spring at the bottom, and then there's a weight. So the weight holds the whole thing down, and the spring allows it to swing around. Gone to get your new kitten. Oh no. Tiny's not gonna like that. He is having fun. He tells me he needs to get fit. And I said, well, why do you need to get fit? And it's just because I need to get fit. I want to have muscles. You're a skinny mini dude, Nick. You're already fit, dude. He's a riot. So I asked him, I wanted to investigate further as to why he needed to get fit. So I asked him, I said, is there a bully at school that you need to defend yourself from? He said, no. Just want to get fit. I want to work out. I'm like, okay, alright. What about somebody, is this a bully picking on somebody else and you want to protect them? No. So you just want to be fit in case there's a bully? Yeah. Okay. He came up with that all on his own, too. Just one day was like, I want to get fit. I want to work out. Keeps telling Dana whenever they go on those mini vacations, do they have a gym? They better have a gym. He's like, you're 5. You don't go to the gym. Talking about my kiddo. He's using his punching bag It's like one of those spring-loaded on the on like a base, and then it's a speed bag on the top that you fill there. But he's telling us he wants to get fit. Yeah. You want to tell him why you want to get fit? They're listening. No, you don't want to tell him? But I asked him if there was a bully, and he said no. And there was nobody else being bullied. But he wanted to get fit just in case there would be a bully. Yeah. I think it's Ben and Cam. Ben and Cam like to shred. Yeah, they get fit. They work out. Yeah, so influential. Ben and Cam are these YouTube creators. And they do wacky, fun, interesting stuff. Yeah, we wanted to get him a heavy bag. But he wanted this little spring-back speed bag, so we got him that. And it gives him a place to direct the fighting kind of thing that kids like to do. And also it's good for his hand-eye coordination. You know, he's got to make contact with it, but then he's also got to catch it on the rebound, so he's got to act and then also react. So it's pretty good for him. The bully part fits. No, it shouldn't be too intense. He doesn't have a bully. He just randomly started telling us one day that he wanted to get fit. That's the word he used to. I want to get fit. Gotta get fit, Dad. I want to have muscles. I guess he doesn't want to get picked on at school. Yeah, it is. It's disciplining. You know, it's fighting is a very disciplining sport. It teaches you pain tolerance. It teaches you, you know, when is a good time to use your lethal force and when is not. And I think all in all, you know, I don't promote him fighting, and we don't promote him being violent at all in any way. In fact, the way we refer to that kind of behavior is it's not constitutionally protected activity. We don't do that. If we do that as grown-ups, we go to jail. And he understands that concept. You know, when he wanted to know what jail was, we looked it up on the internet, and that's kind of how we teach him and how he learns. Yeah, it's tough when they have bullies. And there's nothing you can do about it. One of the other kids in his class has got a bully that likes to pick on him, and I don't know, we've tried fixing that, but the kid doesn't want to do anything about it. I don't think anybody could bully like you, huh? You're too tough for bullies, aren't you? Yeah. You want help with these gloves?
Yeah, I want you to put them
Tighter? Push. Push. Alright.
Put more tight than the rest of them.
More tight? Put the little fingers around. There you go. Get them in there. Alright, give me a 1-2. 1-2. Ah, good one. And he's doing baseball now too.
See, you can beat me at one.
Oh, that's upsetting. Do you think I could beat you? I'm much bigger than you, and I think I could crush you. You pick on somebody your own size. No. That's going to be too loud for right now. Maybe after Daddy's live stream?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're a very constitutionally protected, you know, activity, speech type household. I want him to understand that just because bad words and vulgarities are bad words, it's because other people don't like them. And just because people don't like things that you do doesn't mean that it's not okay to do them. He needs to know where the hard line is. And he's going to need to know that for when he grows up. You know, the first thing I do before I do anything sketchy is look up the laws about it. Will I go to jail for doing this? If the risk for the reward is too high, I won't do it. It's not worth it. I'm gonna be here for this kiddo's life. To see him grow into a man. And I'm gonna be part of it. By hell or high water. You know, as a infant, my father passed away, so I never got to know him. And he's already, at 5 years old, he's already past the next. You know, he's past the age where I got to know my dad. I think I was like 3 when he passed away. So he's gonna have a life that's better than anything I could have ever had. And I'm gonna keep trying to make sure that he's set up for success. We are. We are. We're definitely. And I don't call it raising a kid. I call it raising an adult. My job is to create a decent adult that contributes to society in a positive way. That's my goal with this kiddo. And most of that's going to take knowledge, experience, and wisdom. I let him decide for himself, but I tell him what the options are. He's got to know, you know, what the consequences are to things. Otherwise, how can he make an educated decision? Yes. What is this? Boxing gloves and a katana? Are you Ringmaster Ninja? He's Ringmaster Ninja, y'all. He's got a katana and boxing gloves. He's ready for all kinds of events.
What's it? It's not on camera.
Annie's not on the camera, you're right. She likes to hide just off camera.
Oh, someone's on camera now.
Yep.
Now Annie's on camera. But she went out. Yeah. Boxing ninja.
Thank you. Boxing ninja. He's a boxing ninja, y'all. He's a boxing ninja. He's got his wooden katana and his boxing gloves.
Yeah, I do karate and boxing.
Karate and boxing? Well, they don't use swords in karate. In karate, they use their hands and they teach you not to fight. Unless you have to. You have to defend yourself. Yeah. So maybe in samurai training, where you're training to be a ninja, yeah, they use katanas.
Yeah, they use katanas to test their slicing skills with fruit.
They do.
That's
right. They use katanas to test their slicing skills with fruit. Let's not try any slicing skills with fruit today in our bedroom, okay? That's an outside activity.
Yeah.
And that might not be the best katana for slicing because it's pretend.
Yeah, but it's hard though.
It is. It definitely is. But it's not very sharp. Real blades, they're made out of metal. You can sharpen them so sharp that they can cut through paper. without even having to use force, they just go like this, like butter. They just cut it like butter. Okay. I don't appreciate the stabbing of the katana. Can we not do that? Thank you.
I can twitch that by doing this. What?
Remember what I said? Right? Learning how to fight is about learning how to defend yourself, not learning how to beat people up. If I hear about you going around beating people up, we're going to have problems. Okay? It's to protect yourself, not to hurt people. He gets all kinds of interesting knowledge from me in unconventional ways. I'm definitely an unconventional parent. I try to teach him the way of the real world, and I don't like keeping him sheltered because I've seen what sheltered children, like what happens when they get into the real world, and they tend to be quite overwhelmed and not ready for things that are going to go down. I want him to be prepared for the things coming across this table as he grows up. If not mentally, at least physically, emotionally, you know? He's definitely going to need that kind of, nobody coddled me, so I learned what is and what isn't kind of attitude. But he gets both sides of it where I don't really spoil him. I like to reward him and give him, you know, things that he likes to have. But I don't go out of my way to spoil him. And I let him know that's not how life works. But Dana, she just straight up spoils him. She loves to spoil him. Kid's got more shoes than I ever had growing up. And none of them will fit him in 6 months. Right? It's wild. It's wild. I want him to be able to make decisions for himself. Seb is back! What's up, Seb? You know, like when it comes to religious beliefs and things like that, I don't mind exposing him to different kinds of religions. I don't mind telling him about it. You know, if it comes up in conversation or he asks me a question about somebody wearing religious garments, you know, we'll go into like a whole detailed conversation about it. And at some point in that conversation, I will ask him if he's interested in learning about that religion. And if he says, yeah, I said, well, then, you know, we'll look up their place of worship and we'll go check it out. Knowledge is power. And if I don't give him the knowledge, he will not be a powerful adult. I want him to be strong and powerful when he grows up. It's hanging pretty good. The doggos done decided they didn't want to be sunbathing anymore. Come on, Finn. There you go. Swing you guys back around. This light on so you can see these beautiful pups. Uh-oh. We got a super zoom. There we are. And they're actually fit on frame today. I'm trying. Set him up for success, right? If you give him the tools he needs, then he can be successful. I see so many parents say, coddling their kids, trying to, hey, stop that. Just because you're jealous, you cannot end the live stream. Annie's jealous of you guys. She's over here trying to tap the screen with her nose. I'm not sure whether she was trying to end it or read somebody's comment or start a poll, but she was over there like double tapping the screen with her nose. Little turd. And of course, as soon as I get the camera on Letty, she takes off in the other direction. No surprise there, huh? We're going to have a new notification announcement today. I put a reminder in for 10 minutes to noon, and I changed the wording around on the other two notifications that come in. So I'm excited to see if it actually says what I typed, or if it's going to butcher the text, because the voice to text to voice, the read aloud function has malfunctioned. I don't know. Phones sometimes get it spot on. They'll get the read aloud text function spot on, and other times they will completely butcher whatever text they're reading. I'm an introvert, but I like to hang out with extroverts. I'm weird like that. If I didn't hang out with extroverts, I would never experience the things that extroverts experience. They do now, but wait till you come over. They'll be up your butt until you sit down, and then they will be exploring every nook and cranny and surface on your body until you like tell them to chill out. Like with gusto, though, you got to be like, relax, settle down. See, she looked over like, what, Dad? What I do? What I do? You're okay, girlie. You're fine. Mwah. What? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mwah. Mwah. Thank you. Go get some water. Go ahead. Go drink some water. I said water. You know what water is. Drink. Right? You're thirsty? What a turd. Every time. Every time I move the camera. These guys, they just like to be off the camera. Like without fail, every single time I get the camera focused on one of them. Oh boy. I've got to go do some reprimanding. I'm listening. I don't know if you guys can hear that TV in the background here. It might be faint. But I'm pretty sure he's watching Ben and Cam, which we've determined is not a show that he should watch at his age. He's very influential, so when he watches these shows, he tends to repeat things they say and actions that they do. And the deciding factor for Ben and Cam was when, I don't know if it was Ben or if it was Cam, but they thought they were being silly, put a giant rock in his mouth and was like biting on this rock with his teeth. And I was like, nope, that behavior is not going to be repeated in my house. I think that's the last time Ben and Cam gets to played unsupervised in this house, because I don't. And they say some weird stuff sometimes. Like, it's not wrong, but it's like weird. They dance on that gray line between not made for kids and made for kids. No, this is not him. Nope, that's not Ben and Cam. I can tell. This is the bearded guy with the glasses that likes to do Poppy Playtime. He's watching a Poppy Playtime video from somebody streaming. See, that's when you know you're a good parent. I can tell what my kid is listening to and watching from the other room. Just by listening to the audio, I can tell what he's watching. It took me a second to figure out whose voice was talking, but I know who's watching. That better not be Ben and Cam. Oh, it's the Smoky guy.
Yeah.
Alright.
You know who that black guy is?
Mr. Black.
Yeah, Mr. Black Hat.
Yeah. Yeah, he's watching something else. It's not the guy I thought it was either. This is the guy that he watches this one creator that uses these Sprunky avatars. Sprunky's one of those cartoon characters. You can see there's a few of those dumb toys right there. You know, the Poppy Playtime and you know, little avatars and whatnot. So Sprunky's something similar to that, and he's watching a guy who likes to do Sprunky voices.
I need some food, Dad.
Some food?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna starve today.
Oh.
No? You
No.
sure?
Yeah. No.
Why don't you check the cabinet and see if there's something in there? It's almost lunchtime. We can make you some lunch if you want.
Where's the cabinet?
What do you mean, where's the cabinet?
Ah.
It's right where they've always been.
Ah.
Check your snack drawer for now, because we could get you some lunch, some like actual food lunch.
I want ramen.
Ramen! I could make you ramen. Please don't slam the cabinets.
Ramen.
I could make you some ramen. I just said that.
Ramen.
I was just wondering if there was something you wanted to eat in the meantime. You got all kinds of snacks in there. Dana went shopping yesterday and bought lots and lots of food.
It's ramen.
Yeah.
It's ramen. It's ramen.
Maybe we can get these two over here on camera since Zooey is hiding.
The first time I had ramen, I ate all of it.
I bet you did. So you found a snack you want to get into
Yeah.
before ramen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure that wrapper finds its way in the trash. And I'm not talking about just the green one. I'm talking about that paper too. He's got a fruit roll up.
Yeah.
You heard
Look at
me?
this- Yeah, look at the shape of this.
It's like a donut.
Yeah. That's kind of funny. It is kind of funny. Come on.
It is. It's got no center.
No.
It's got nothing in the middle. Little Miss Nosy. Mouthpiece. What are you doing? Oh, good. You've decided to grace us with your presence. Nice! Everybody who wants to help Mikey go live with his daughter, please send him a subscription. We found Mikey last night in Wolf's stream, and he only needed like 26 subscribers. So as many people that were willing to do it went and subscribed to Mikey and Millie. You're moving faster than my other account, Mikey. Zuma's account over there is needing 8 subscribers for like a week now. Let me see if anything's changed overnight. Nope, nothing's changed overnight. You're welcome. I did tell you that I would ask my chat to subscribe to you if you came by in the morning, and here you are, and there I did. we like to help each other in this community here. You know, a lot of people that come by, they also do live streaming and make YouTube content and things like that. So any advice or help we can give each other, you know, subscriptions are free. It doesn't cost anything to push that button. And if people are willing to make the effort, we appreciate it when they do. Thanks for stopping by, Mikey. I got you subscribed too, so when I see you going live, if I'm available to watch, I'll pop in and say hello. Double tap the screen for you. Uh-oh. What happened? We went all blurry. That was weird. It just randomly went out of focus. No, it's not raining today. It hasn't rained in 3 or 4 days, which is weird, but I guess we're in July now, so it's expected. We live in Maine, northern Maine. If you're familiar with the state, about 4 hours north of Portland. I think we're closer to Canada, where we're at, than we are to New York, New Hampshire, or Massachusetts. Aww. Little kitty meow meow. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Trigger word. Uh-oh. Suma, don't wink at me after burying your nose in her crotch, weirdo. What? What? No, I don't really want your kisses after you buried your face in her crotch. You've been licking butthole. No. And before you start making people line up to kiss you, we're going to give you a denti stick so that each of your kisses smells kind of minty and not like poop. She's offended that I didn't let her kiss me with her poop tongue. Your booty tongue. Yeah. Normally I don't care, but I saw you bury your tongue in her booty before you came over here trying to give me kisses. Oh, big old sigh. Yeah. Freaking turds. So for you guys that are new, that would be Pearl and Mikey. What we do every day is when the live stream starts, the engagement process begins. You know, those little crowns right there. People who chat tend to go higher on the list. And then by noon, you'll hear the notifications go off. By noon, whoever is number one on the engagement list gets to choose a song, and I'll play it live right here. So if you've got a song in mind and you're planning on being in that number one engagement spot, right around noon, which would be 28 minutes from now, the winner will be chosen and we'll play a song. I even got this little cool strobe light looking disco ball thing. I'll turn the lights down. Oh, we're getting a massive glare off of something. The TV glare. That's the sun. That's the sun coming in from the window on the door. I'm trying to get that glare off the screen, but it doesn't look like it wants to get off the screen. Yeah, it looks like the sun's in just the right position to give us a nasty glare on the screen. Ah, okay. Yeah, better be safe than sorry. If you're driving, try to be hands-free. But that is what we do on the daily. You know, that's YouTube doesn't really have a way to reward the chat engagement. So when they offered it to all streamers, I came up with that idea as a way to reward the viewers for being part of chat.
I didn't.
Oh, good. You brought your trash out. Excellent.
That. I found someone.
Gentlemen, he's trying to give you high fives. Low five. Low five? Good girl. Thank you, thank you. They bring joy and happiness to my life. And it occurred to me that joy and happiness are something everybody needs in their life, so I made a YouTube channel just for spreading positivity and joy through the dogs. Zuma's hiding behind me. She's usually in here, though. I almost stepped right on your nose. I think I'm crouched down next to the little ET because the camera only sits about 3 feet tall, so that I can get a better angle on the dogs. And when I went to stand up, I stepped back to increase the distance between my feet, so my footing, you know, so I wouldn't fall over. And I almost fell over because when I turned around, her nose was almost literally right on my butt. Like it was, I was crouching, but like right over her head where she decided. You should. You should focus on driving. We'll be here every day between 11 and 1. Sometimes I'm not on time. Sometimes we leave late. But every day between 11 and 1 Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I try to be here for you guys. So we've got time. I try to put in 2 hours every day. And we're only 38 minutes in. 38 minutes, 53 seconds. So there's plenty of time left on the live stream. Don't hurt yourself trying to do both. Be safe. Safety first. We promote that heavily here. It is a channel made for adults, but we try to stay family friendly. I've got a vernacular like a drunken sailor. So once in a while you hear a vulgarity pop out of my mouth, but while I'm on the live stream I try to refrain from using too many. It is part of my vernacular, but it's not every other word. My feeling is that some words need to be used. And as long as you use those words appropriately, then there shouldn't be any issues in you having used the word. Like the F word. It's used to emphasize the intensity of the word that follows, right? This effing shoe, it expresses in a way that just saying this shoe does not. It expresses the frustration. So it's a necessary word in that sentence. Some people might see that word as vulgar. For some people, it's other words that most people don't find vulgar. For Mrs. Space Nut, we've learned that the hard C is a word she doesn't like to hear. That's similar for my mom. She doesn't like that word either. So I try to refrain from using it around her. And that's what I've taught my kiddo. Some people don't like certain words, and you should just not use them in certain places because other people don't like them. But he could say damn near anything he wants as long as it's constitutionally protected free speech in our house. And I'm not going to get him in trouble at any other time for any kind of other language like that. So we're very the way the world works when it comes to teaching and punishments and things. If he gets physically aggressive, I will put him in what I call a timeout hug. And that's where I will, give him a hug from behind with my arms crossed, keeping him from being able to flail his arms or kick tight enough for him to not be able to flail, but not so tight as to cut off the circulation. And then as soon as he decides that he doesn't want to be violent anymore or physically aggressive, I let him go. Immediately, I say, "You done being violent and aggressive?" "Yeah, okay." Immediately, I let him go. Because that's what they do to adults. If you become physically violent, you will be restrained by other adults. And that's where the theory of I don't want to parent with violence as a response to violence. It doesn't make any sense for me to hit him after he hits somebody else. That's just the concept just doesn't make any sense. So poor doggos. We doing bugs. Yeah. Oh yeah, Annie. That was not an invitation. I still have yet to figure out why the phone keeps shutting off on its own. I thought I had figured it out because I shut off auto optimization, which is what I thought was doing it, and then it crashed on me earlier today. About an hour and a half ago, it crashed on me. So I don't know if YouTube's just overwhelming the phone, or if there's a piece of something that's loose, or if the phone just can't handle being on YouTube that long. Not entirely sure, but it's kind of frustrating because it'll interrupt the live stream, and then if I don't restart it in a certain amount of time, it will close out the live stream. Like, I never even got to see the analytics for the overnight live stream because the phone closed it out, and I didn't realize it until 23 minutes later. I think it's the device, though. When I looked it up, this model is notorious for shutting off and turning on its own. Like restarting all by itself. Really? I just moved the camera zoom on. Come on. Freaking turd. Your viewers want to see you. Please go over there to be viewed. Letty, that is not the same as being viewed. If you go on the couch, the viewers can see you. Huh? The boob? You can go on the couch? She's giving me this look like that. I just laid down. Please don't make me move. Freaking turds, yeah. Yeah, I can saw at you too, Bugs. What I miss? I feel like I missed something. Top on. What a turd. Just close enough to be off camera. Try to get them all in there. You guys think this is easy. I've got 3 individual moving factors. Every single one of them's got a mind of their own. And they consistently hold a sign up that says, "Will work for treats." You know what that means? It means without the treats, they ain't doing shit.
Dad,
Yes, bud.
am I allowed to go on spinning cam doing the best of making the best of Boo art?
No. I'd prefer if you didn't watch Ben and Cam without one of us there.
Why?
Because Ben and Cam say weird things sometimes. And they do weird things that I don't want you repeating. like biting that rock the other day. The guy with the special, the high vis vest, is that Cam? Or is that Ben? Cam. Cam bit a rock the other day. I saw him bite a rock. He knew it was a rock. He put it in his mouth anyway. That's weird. And I don't want you repeating that behavior. So, at that point, I decided that Ben and Cam is not a show you can watch by yourself. Okay, you can still watch it, but we have to be here. We got to be in the room. Okay? I'm live streaming right now, so we're not going to watch it in the living room. But yeah, I don't really like Ben and Cam's content. It's interesting and fun to watch, but it's not really kids. I know you like it, but you're starting to display some of the behaviors that Ben and Cam do.
It's just making art.
I understand. Listen, I understand what you're saying. What I'm telling you is that even though the content looks like it's made for kids, it skirts around on the not made for kids line. And some of the things that they say and do are not appropriate for you.
I don't eat dirt. That was a dirt.
Do you bite random things sometimes? Do you put your mouth on random stuff? When you get excited, you go, ah. Yes, you do. Yes, you can't even deny it, okay?
10 minutes left. The chat engagement competition has only 10 minutes left to earn experience points.
So, we'll watch Ben and Cam later.
Why?
Because I'm busy right now. Paying attention to the live stream chatters. I don't want to watch Ben and Cam right now. But when the live stream is over, you can watch it in the living room. I didn't set it up yet. Can you decide to do something else besides bother me during the live stream? It's only going to be up for 2 hours, dude. There's 24 hours in the day. Bother me the other 22, please. You can watch your I don't want you watching Ben and Cam while I'm not there. So go watch it. No, not here.
Why?
What do you mean, why? I told you 3 times I'm live streaming in the living room. You're not going to be watching your tablet making hella noise sitting right there.
But my tablet is at 1%.
So plug it in. I'm sorry, are you speaking a different language? Because you just started going up like 2 or 3 octaves, and you're making this whiny noise that I just can't understand. Well, that takes you off the visiting vacation list, doesn't it? Aaron's like, Pyro's never coming over here with that dog. We gonna have to get something to keep him out. So you got yourself a mouse chaser, huh? I don't mind you coming out. You're just not gonna sit out here and make a ton of noise while I'm trying to talk to viewers. Okay. I don't care if he sits out here and he talks to me while I'm talking to you guys and we have a little back and forth, but he wants to come out here and sit like in the middle of the room and play on his tablet. And I'm like, no, not for these 2 hours. Looking like 7 more minutes for the chat engagement contest. I hope I didn't blow anybody's eardrums out with that notification. I'm not able to regulate how loud it goes off. I could probably set the volume at some point to that. I don't know. Well, it's gonna go off again with a different message soon. So let me just turn the volume down. Maybe that will help not blow out the eardrums when it goes off. So, Aaron's slacking on the engagement competition because he had to go get a feline? Blasphemy. We'll try to get more than one dog in the shot here, even though there's 3. Sorry, Zuma, you're SOL. That's what you get for not sticking around your sisters. But, 10 weeks old. 10 weeks old is a good age. If you were to familiarize them with other pets, that'd be a good age to do it. They don't know anything better. They don't know that they've never, there's no pitting the 2 animals against each other. See, these guys were never acclimated to having felines in the house. So when they see them, it's like a game of cat and mouse for them. Yes, buddy.
Do you want to watch Wanky Box opening the Wanky Box mystery boxes?
Thank you for asking me. You can watch Lanky Box. But I don't want you showing that Lanky Box energy all over the place, okay?
Okay.
If you can rein it in, we'll keep letting you watch Lanky Box.
Yeah, I can.
All right? They get too excited sometimes, and you just gotta rein it in. You can rein it in?
Yeah, I can rein it in.
Yeah? Okay. I like it when you get excited, but sometimes you get too excited,
Yeah.
and then you end up hurting people because you're too excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll just dial it back from a 10 to like a 6, right? That's the other thing too. I will tell him exactly what I don't like about his behavior. There's no guessing. When it comes to interacting with me, I'm very straightforward. I try to use specific words also, because some words are more appropriate than others would be. And an example of this is like colors, right? There's a difference between pink and fuchsia. There's a difference between red and maroon. There's a difference between blue and teal. And while those colors have those other colors in them, they're a different shade and mixture. So specifically, I would prefer to use the color maroon in my sentence rather than saying it's red. Because maroon more specifically is a more appropriate word for what I'm trying to describe. In the same sense, I want to use a more appropriate word in other aspects of sentence structure and vocabulary usage. And in turn, that part of my brain that wants to use the appropriate words teaches this kid new words all the time. So he's constantly expanding his vocabulary, which is really awesome. And every time people see him who haven't seen him in a while, like my mom was up for 4th of July weekend, or a couple days before 4th of July. Anyway, she said, I can't get over how good his speech is. Like his vocabulary is so large. He just knows so many words. And I said, that's because I never baby talked him, Mom. I've been talking to him like he was a 30-year-old man since the day he was born. I don't sugarcoat anything with him. I tell him exactly how it is, straight up, raw. And You know, it's turned him into this smart little kid. 5 going on 30. So it's kind of a pain in the butt sometimes, but I wouldn't have it any other way. So the big question on everybody's mind, what did you name it? What did you name your little floofball? Little floofball that's going to stink up a corner in your house for the next 10 years. Also, whose job is it to scoop the litter box? And if you've never had a cat before, you probably want to take all your valuable stuff off the top shelf. Dexter. That's a cool name. That's a cool cat name. I like that. What kind of feline? What kind of feline? Of course you did. Of course you did, because you're that kind of dad. You probably got a few extras too, right? Like you didn't need to get those 3 extra catnip toys, but you got them anyway. We know you like that. We know you like that. You like to do that little bit.
It is now officially noon. The chat engagement competition has ended and lunch has begun.
There you go. It's now officially noon. The chat engagement competition has ended and chat lunch has begun. Mikey, Space Nut, and Mrs. Space Nut, and she was in here for Pearl, right? Pearl? So Pearl, Mrs. Space Nut, and Mikey are all tied for first place. How are we gonna do this? 4 people tied for first. Oh, it's like a little long-haired tuxedo. Look at that, guys. The Space Nuts kitty cat. It's cute. Look at this one. I said it's Space Nuts kitty cat. And she went, what? Kidding me right now? Better not be talking about felines. What do you think, Zoo? You think Space Nut should have gotten a kitty cat? Look, she looks offended. But it does count for you. You've got one. You've got a crown. I know, you just say kitty cat. Hey, that's her where and when face. Kitty cat? Where's that cat? Yeah, she's not thrilled about that word at all. Oh no, we're getting a huge sun glare off of something out the window. Holy moly. That's bad. You have a good sunburst up here. I was only messing with you, Zoo. There's not one. Bird. It's gonna be time for me to engage my hat into this buzzing fly. If it freaking flies over my head one more time. Are we gonna go join him, Annie? Yeah. All right, so how are we going to tiebreaker this? Oh, I know. 4-way tie, 20-sided dice. Or we can roll 4 different dice. Oh! That's no good. Ah! Knocking over stuff here. We roll 4 different types of die. Yeah, the YouTube's telling me that it counts for you, so maybe they updated it. Mikey does have first, but everybody is tied with the same amount of XP, 1 through 4. Except for now, Mrs. Space Nut's got 150 XP, which is double any of you guys. But when the notification went off, I looked, and it was a 4-way tie. So let's see. Got a little chair here. All right. Oops. We definitely do have 4 different kind of die. We've got this yellow and black one. We've got this marble looking one. We've got red and black. And I've also got red with white. And then we've got the standard black and white. But to make it more interesting, I'm going to get rid of this red and white one. And I'm going to put this black with white one. So we've got 4 different type of die. You guys go ahead and pick which one of those you'd like to have for yours, and then we'll roll all 4 of them and break this tie. Aaron, the missus, Pearl, and Mikey. So, are we just being quiet, or are we going to choose dice for our tiebreaker and song here? 4 different types of die. 4 different tied players. Did we lose you guys? Am I shadow glitched over here? We got the dice out so we can do the four-way tiebreaker. You just got to pick which one you want to represent you. Whoops. Alternatively, we can have you each choose a 1 through 5, 6 through 10, 11 through 15, 15 through 20. Oops, there it goes again. On this die, we've got a four-way tie. I've got the dice out. Mikey, Pearl, the missus, and you have a four-way tie when the alarm went off. Cosmo's not even in the running. Looking at the leaderboard there, I don't think Cosmo's even in here today. No, she's not. She's not even in the running. But yeah, we've got the dice out because we've got a four-way tie. How long do we wait if somebody's AFK? I can see it. I'm sure Aaron can see it too. But you should be able to click the top fans, the little crown in the top left of the corner, if it's available there. Some phones it's not, some phones it is. Like, so the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus, it's not there. But I noticed it was there yesterday on my S24 Plus. So, I don't know exactly how the algorithm's handling it. But yeah, if you were looking for it, it would be up here on your screen. But I see it. You know, I see the chat engagement there. Click those, you see? You're definitely on the list. And at the time when the alarm went off, you guys were all tied up. So, you better believe me. I have a hard time lying. In fact, sometimes people tell me that I shouldn't give them the truth. They're like, you just shouldn't be that honest, Chris. I'm like, but honesty is the best policy. I went to an interview one time, and I told the interviewing manager that my biggest struggle with employment was time management, and I'm consistently late. I told Dana about that. She's like, why did you say that? I'm like, well, it's honest. He asked me, so I gave him an honest answer. You can probably guess that I did not get that job. but I was honest with the interviewer. And if it was going to be a problem, I don't want that job anyway. You know what I mean? If the employer can't be flexible with the things that I struggle the most with, it's probably not going to work out for me. Time blindness. It is, yeah. Oh, kitty. Aaron Dunn did it again, making the missus happier than fly on shit. Oh, right. Well, since nobody's deciding, I'm going to decide for you. So, this marble looking one will be Mrs. Space Knight. This red and black one is going to be Mikey. We'll have this one be the real ASN. And then this one will be Pearl. Oh, adorable. Already taken to you. That's cute. I think Pearl and Mikey have gone AFK. But we're going to roll them up anyway. What did I say here? Mrs. Space Nut, Mr. Space Nut. No. Mrs. Space Nut, Mikey, Mr. Space Nut, and Pearl. Okay. There it is. Wow. It was a four-way tie. Now we've got two two-way ties. You believe that nonsense? Well, Pearl and Mrs. Space Nut are out of the running. They rolled ones. So we've got Mikey and Aaron. Should we roll the dice or flip a coin? Let's roll the dice again. All right, Aaron, you lost fair and square. Mikey gets to choose. We got some time. If Mikey comes back, we'll give him a choice of picking a song. Freaking thing. I don't know. It wasn't doing that. When I first got the phone, it wasn't an issue. I don't know. I looked into it last night, and there's this setting that was turned on, and I thought that that was going to be the fix. So when you go into your phone, you're going to go into device care on your Samsung. Device care, right? You're in settings menu, device care, and then there's this auto optimization. And when you click it, you have to tell it that you don't want to restart whenever it wants. Your phone will restart automatically when performance issues are detected. So I turned that off, and of course it's the device that I'm streaming from right now. But I turned that off and it didn't fix the problem. So now I don't know what it is. And there's all kinds of theories on the internet about, it didn't start happening till I dropped my phone. I don't know. I'm going to keep exploring it. But it's frustrating because it just keeps restarting for no reason. I don't know if it does it when I don't have activities going. But so here's what happens once it restarts. When it restarts and I go live again, instead of counting up on the timer, it starts counting down on the timer. So I don't know what that means. Maybe. I'll check it out after, if it doesn't crash again and force me to lose my shit. But it shouldn't be shutting off at all anyway. Your phone will only restart when the screen is off, the phone isn't being used, the battery is above 30%, and the SIM card lock is off. So maybe I need to put the SIM card lock on. And then it won't restart. But none of these conditions are a thing. So the screen was on, the phone was being used, the battery is above 30%. In fact, it's plugged in at 100%. So I don't know why it's deciding to auto restart. It's just like the whole phone just crashes. It doesn't give me a bug report or nothing. Seriously, like it, but it sucks because when it happens, I'll lose half the viewers because it'll just start spinning and people don't want to watch a spinning screen. They don't know that this is an ongoing thing that can be fixed easily. There's no telling whether or not I'll be back in 5 minutes or 30. It's so frustrating. Like it defeats the whole purpose of having the extra device if I can't use it the way that I need to. You know what I mean? Like, what's the point of using a device in order to keep my other one free if that device is just going to act in a way that makes it unusable? This is why when I buy my personal phones, I don't go for I go for the flagship model. I'm an S series Samsung guy for life now. You know, this is the A15 that I'm streaming on, and it's got consistent reviews about it doing this, but I didn't review it before I bought it. I liked the specs that I saw on it. I didn't review the phone before I bought it. I probably should have done a little bit more research on it. If it was money coming out of my pocket, I probably would have done a little bit more research on it. Maybe what I can do is eventually get an older flagship model. That was the plan until the screen stopped working on my other device. The plan was to use the older one to do the live streaming. And it was an older flagship model. That's the S8 Plus, and the S series is Samsung's flagship model. I don't know, it's really frustrating. Really frustrating. Because if it happens in the middle of the night, I'll lose the whole stream while I'm sleeping and I won't realize it. If it happens while I'm driving, I can't do anything about it until I'm parked. And the gap in time between when it happens and when I realize it becomes a problem because after a certain point, YouTube just will not hold on to that data anymore. They don't care. And the other thing I noticed is that problem is starting to interfere with the metadata uploads. So the live stream will have ended and YouTube will tell me that it's processing, and then that stupid thing will happen and they'll tell me, I think I took a screenshot of it the other day. I'll show you what it looks like when YouTube fails to do their job. So, this is what that looks like. This was only a 2-hour live stream. And that failure caused it not to upload. So, unfortunately, I will never make any more watch time on that. And I can't get rid of it. Just like a few of these other videos. There's like a 21-hour long video that just didn't get meta uploaded. And it's got like 40 or 60 hours of watch time on it. Like, I can't even use that video to farm any more watch time, and I can't get rid of it because it would take those watch time away. But yes, I've got Prism on Zuma's phone. And I thought I had it on here. Oh, there it is. Yep, Prism Live. What's that guy there? So I've got it. I just never bothered getting into it and doing anything about it. But now that I'm seeing it's a problem that continues to happen and be disruptive, then yes, I'm gonna have to do something about it. I've also got this one. That's AnyDesk. Apparently I'm showing you guys my address, which I didn't know was a thing that popped up on the screen right away. But I'm locked anyway, and Samsung's got all kinds of special protections to keep people from remotely hacking me. I don't know if that would work. So I had Zuma's phone farming watch time yesterday. We went out to baseball practice. Turns out it wasn't even his day for baseball practice. His day for baseball practice was today. So we'll do that this afternoon. But so I went out, and while I was out, I set my 2 devices to watch and farm watch time. And then when I got back, one of them had crashed out and restarted itself. And it won't start the phone up until you put the passcode in. You know, on my S series, the phone will start up after I turn it on. Like, it'll fully boot. But this phone, for some reason, doesn't boot fully until after you put the unlock code in it. We are going to have to try it through Prism. I'll try anything at this point to make this stupid thing stop interrupting, because that's problematic. I see this platform as like a job. And this phone is currently screwing with my income.
How fast? How fast? Give me. Yeah.
Alright, so one thing I usually do when I get on here is check how many subscribers have gone up overnight and whether or not I now have more valid watch hours. Yep, it's the same as when I looked last night. I only need 845 watch hours. Okay. I like that idea. That's a motivating factor. Results talk and bullshit walks. I like those numbers. 20% is good. 20% increase anywhere is really good. Really? Hangman with the viewers. We were playing Two Truths and a Lie in chat yesterday while I was watching Wolf. I thought that was pretty cool. They were trying to get him to prestige. But Wolf won't prestige because every time you prestige in Call of Duty, you then have to re-unlock everything by leveling up. And some things aren't available until they're unlocked, and he doesn't want to have to go through the process of grinding to unlock those things again. This silly process. But yeah, we're playing Two Truths and a Lie, which is an interesting game. The point of the game is to figure out which one of the statements is a lie. Yeah. Whatever keeps chat engaged. I think these guys they're great, but caveat is I have no control over them. I cannot control whether or not they get up off the couch. I can't control whether or not they want to be on camera. So while some content creators might look at my content and say, this dude's got it easy, he's got it made, look, he's going to sleep, people are coming in and saying hello and subscribing while he's asleep. Oh man, this guy's got it like gravy. Well, think about the other parts of it. How much effort has to go into making that happen? Like, we gotta lock the dogs out of the bedroom in order to do a sleep stream because otherwise they won't stay on the couch. you know? We've got to make sure that the house knows that the live stream is ongoing so that they don't accidentally say something. And so there's more effort than it looks. The filming looks really easy. But you guys don't see how many takes. When I make the content and put up a short or a long form, you guys don't see if there's more than one take or how much editing went into making that video. Aaron knows. If anybody knows how much effort goes in, Aaron knows. Like, Aaron knows because the editing that Aaron does, he'll spend 4 to 6 hours editing something for like 3 or 4 seconds of a clip. Right? Like the clip you showed me for the teleporter room. You said it took you like 4 hours, and the whole clip is 4 seconds long. The beam me up, Scotty thing you did. Yeah, the transporter room. Yeah. You were showing me the beam me up, Scotty transporter kind of special effects. And you said it was like 4 seconds or something like that. Something really short. It was under 10. And it took you an hour for a second for editing. So while most people see it, they go, "That's cool." They overlook it. They don't see it as that special effect as having taken somebody 4 to 6 hours to accomplish. They just see that 4 seconds, that 3 seconds, and then it's gone. My editing is not that intense. I will honestly say that. My editing is not that intense. It's not that time consuming either. I mean, comparatively on a ratio, it's not even close. It might take me 30 minutes for a 60-second short. But if I were to convert that into what Aaron's taking to do his editing special effects, it would be 60 hours. It would be like a week and a half's worth of full-time work, 20 hours of overtime, just for a 1 hour short. But that'd be extreme special effects, and I'm exaggerating, of course. We like that you like to push buttons. Oh, look at these two cuddling. Let me get a little zoomy zoom on this one. Look at these two cuddling like little lovebirds. They're both girls, so they're not lovebirds. But won't let me zoom in any further than that. That's weird. Okay, now it won't let me zoom out. Oops. What the hell is going on with this phone? There it is. I don't know. This phone's acting funky today. So I think I am going to have to explore this prism option. I'm curious as to what happens when the timer is done counting backwards. Do you know anything about what YouTube is doing or why when it's doing that? Because it counted up for an hour and then it counted backwards from 32 minutes when I reconnected. It's bizarre. It did the same thing last night when I reconnected it, except that one, it was already 4 hours in, and so it started counting backwards from 4 hours. And then if I had to guess, the stream crashed at the end of that 4 hours. Yeah, right around that 4 hour mark, it crashed. Because when I looked at it, it said that I was live 23 minutes ago. And that was like at 10 o'clock. And it was around 5:30 in the morning when the phone restarted itself. So it's quite possible that it'll just crash again at this end of 12 minutes and 25, 24, 23 seconds. So what are you doing? Sneezy, sneezy. Stop trying to end my live stream, jealous. You trying to tell me you gotta go pee? Alright. Good stretch. Swing you around. Won't let me fucking zoom again. What the shit? There we go. All right. I think they might just be sunbathing right now. I guess on positive note, we could figure out where it ended. But so that one last night, even though it crashed at 10 hours, 9 minutes, and 29 seconds, and should have been up for 11 and a half hours, that one got 20 hours since published? No. 20 hours since published? That seems not right. Interesting. Only half lazy, huh? Hmm. Not seeing any visual indicators. Yeah, I didn't see any visual indicators before it just turned off. Alright, let's see. Before the timer runs out or something dramatic happens, let's get these snacks going, huh? I gotta go to the car and get a few. Because we don't have any more milk bones. I'll have to look. I don't know why it's crashing or if it's just doing it because the programming's telling it to do it. Oh, and he ate something she shouldn't have. Oh, check. There it goes. Let it all out, girlie. Oh, poor girl. Good? You get it all out? You got it all out, girlie? That's good. You feel better? Yeah, you're not kissing me with that mouth. stupid umbrella. Look at that, we're still up. Yeah, she looks alright. Is it just me, or is the chat coming in slow? Yes, we've got some snacks here. Back up. Back your faces up. We'll zoom out. If it'll let me. Tilt down so we can actually see some dog face. Get one. Zoom up. Then we use one. Ladybug gets one. Oh, Betty got hers. Everybody get another one? One more? Back up, Zoom. Back up. Back up. There you go. There you go. Alright, Annie, back up. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Back up. A little bit. Back up. There you go. Good girl. One more for Ladybug. Come on, Lady. Come over here, Lady. You gotta come into the camera. Come on. Come on, Lady. The viewers want to see you. There you go. Yeah, so I don't know whether our umbrella keeps falling down by itself because it's unthreading. We've got this umbrella that is outside. And it keeps coming down. And the way that you put it up is to spin the threads into each other. And it kind of locks into place. But for some reason, it's the second time that I've found this thing where the threads have been unscrewed to the point where the umbrella fell. Like, didn't fall over, but it collapsed. So I saw that and I said, this is the last time that I will deal with this problem. So I put a self-drilling screw through it. It's not gonna untwist now. That's how we solve our problems in the neck of the woods. Permanently. I don't like to give temporary solutions for a problem. I like to give permanent solutions to a problem. Unless it's a temporary problem and then a permanent solution is not fitting. But this is the second time I've seen that umbrella do that thing, and so it will not happen a third time. Because the umbrella's got a net around it, and the net's supposed to keep the bugs out, but all the bugs can get in when there's giant gaps in the top of it because it collapsed. So I put a self-drilling screw in it, and now it's not going to collapse at all. Even if you wanted it to collapse, you would need tools to do it. So that's how we fix that. I'm glad you guys all decided to be on camera, at least for the last 5 minutes of the stream. Hey, good news. The timer started counting up after it got to 0. I know, right? What a rarity it is. I feel like I want to move it so that I can get either more of Zuma's nose on camera or more of Annie's face on camera. But I know the moment that I do, one of them will move, and I'll have to move the camera again. Thinking for a sec that I was going to tell you to watch your ear holes, but I can just as easily hit this mute button for a second. I'm going to open this drink here. They're kind of explosive at the top when you open them because the carbonation makes the top pop, and then also this plastic comes unsealed, so they make this really awfully loud popping, crackling noise when they open. Nice. Yeah. That's like these guys. They chase cats in their sleep. Pay attention to Zuma when you say those words. Cat. Kitten. She's like, you better not. This is my house. Oh, she's getting grumbly. She's like, what? You better not be. Oh, you couldn't tell? It's that buried in her. Let's see, I'm gonna pop this can and I'm gonna put you guys on mute for a sec while I do that so I don't blow out anybody's eardrums. Hey, we got them all in the shot again. Oh, of course. Of course. The viewers want to see you. Yeah, this is the BFC. The Mega Monster. And it comes with that resealable lid. Jumbo can, big mouth opening. Unleash the beast. But yeah, they've got another one too. They call it the BFC, but this is, you know what BFC stands for, right?
Dad, I was doing some big punching with that punch bag.
You were?
Yeah, like. I also did this and then punched it at the end.
Big effing can. It occurred to me that people might be trying to guess. Oh yeah, it absolutely is an American thing to do. Because in other countries, they concentrate it. If you go to China, they concentrate it and they call it Monster Cubed. I just saw a video about it, but they've got Monster Cubed in China. It's 1/3 the water for the same energy drink. We do a lot of American things over here. We could teach you how to indulge in all terrible things, greasy, and then also all kinds of vices in this country. Ooh. Ooh. What are you groaning about? Why are they doing that? Oh, jeez. Holy moly. This phone is really not acting nice today. Five chips in air. Well, they're sold by weight.
Lunch hour is officially over. If you're here on lunch break, it's time to go back to work.
You heard it. Lunch is officially over. If you're here on your lunch break, it's time to go back to work. Yeah. There was a subliminal message Americans had on cans at one point, and they were being told to stack the cans in such a way. I think it was Pepsi. And then they made a sexually explicit reference when they were stacked a certain way. And it wasn't a secret. They were intentionally printed so that they could be stacked that way. Yeah. Like, I think what they did was made the label in a way so that when you stack them 3 next to each other, they spell out SEX. And it was intentionally done so that they would be stacked that way, because apparently it sells, doesn't it? I don't remember it ever getting banned. I didn't hear about it ever getting banned. I heard that some places got some gruff for having stacked it in such a way that it spelled that word. But never recalled, never taken off the shelf. That's interesting though. TWAT as an acronym is pretty funny. It's pretty funny. And that totally would have flown in this country. Tango without a tango. Yeah, that would have been flying off the shelves here, and it would have been real popular. I think the only ones complaining about that would be the mothers who bring their kids into the store, and kids want tango without a tango. Ah. Oh, right, right. It's like calling somebody an imbecile, isn't it? Which imbecile means a complete and utter moron, useless for much else. The town laughing stock. Ah. Yeah, the imbecile is usually the town laughing stock. It's the guy who's thinking he's cool, but then he's doing all kinds of dumb stuff. Oh man, Zoom is over here. Oh, Ladybug's over here. The boogs. Let's see if we get a little close up on the boogs. What is going on with this phone? Damn it. Ever since that restart, I'm not able to zoom in anymore. Oh, now I can zoom in. What the heck? Sitting there tapping the hell out of the screen, trying to zoom in on Ladybug, and then it lets me zoom as soon as she moves. It's not fair. It's not fair. That look back from her was just like, I'm over it, Dad. But either here nor there, it looks like Mikey has not come back. So I think it would be fair if we didn't pass the torch. It'd be one thing if he said, "Oh, I don't care if I win, give it to Aaron." But he wasn't here, and I think it's slightly unethical to just give his winnings to somebody else. Well, they did lose the dice roll. I was thinking I might just play my own song. Or none at all. I can do that too. And kind of getting comments to come in addition to giving me ideas for shorts, was the main reason behind. Honestly, Miss Spaced, I don't even know if I would have to edit it. Like, it's a coin toss at this point. Because I know in a lot of my live streams I've been doing one song, right? And then it's like only 1 out of 3 is getting a copyright tick. So I don't know if they're just not seeing it, or if it's just not. So yeah, let's get a coin toss going. It was Aaron and Mikey, and Mikey won the dice roll. So let's do a coin flip. We'll give him another shot. All right, which one do you want, Aaron? Heads or tails? All right. Heads is Michael Jordan. Tails is the Monstars. Here we go. Heads it is. Heads for Michael Jordan. All right, what do you want to hear? I guess you've had enough of the outdoors, huh, Kim? Yeah, that's pretty hot out there sunbathing, wasn't it, really? Halcyon? Halcyon? I don't think I'm pronouncing that properly. That's silly. The acronym was. Oh, did they have the acronym on the side of the van? Because that doesn't look too bad. You know, that doesn't look too bad. But then, of course, when you hide the label. So I get it.
disconnected.
All right, so I looked it up, and we've got a couple different results. So I'm not sure exactly which one it's supposed to be, but it looks like we've got some songs with that name by an artist named Orbital. Yes. And then there's also Zai, The Paper Kites, and Chichain. Or Kikane. I don't know. So we've got On and On. And then there's 30 something years later mix. And the Tom Middleton remodel. Same song, same artist. So the one at the top, it's suggesting there. Okay. Let's put us in the corner. Oh, okay, all right. I know what it's doing now. Okay. All right. Of course, they're both hiding just enough that I need to twist it. Just enough to twist it. Some there. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to call it today. I appreciate you guys coming out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Be nice to each other. We have more fun that way.